You know, in healthcare, a groundbreaking billion-dollar drug is essentially useless if doctors don't understand how to prescribe it safely and effectively. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving right into a curriculum that solves exactly that problem, the Aksumia Global Learning Solution, or AGLS, Pharmaceutical Marketing and Sales Promotion Training Program. Now, this isn't just basic sales training. Not at all. It's a highly specialized blueprint designed to bridge the massive gap between complex, high-level scientific research and real-world clinical strategy.
So, are you ready to transform your healthcare career? If you're a pharmacist, a pharmaceutical technologist, a medical rep, a recent graduate, or even an ambitious entrepreneur looking to make your mark, this explainer is absolutely for you. We're going to break down how this comprehensive program can rapidly advance your career into the incredibly fast-paced pharmaceutical marketing sector, taking your raw clinical knowledge and turning it into serious market influence.
Here is exactly how we're going to get there today. First, the modern pharmaceutical landscape. Second, building the foundation. Third, mastering the modern market. And finally, your professional career payoff. It's a clear, four-part journey to help us systematically unpack what is a very dense, highly organized 8-module syllabus.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the modern pharmaceutical landscape. The healthcare market right now is going through some incredibly complex and dynamic shifts.
Simply having a good product just doesn't cut it anymore. Pharmaceutical marketing isn't just about, closing a sale or hitting a quota. It is literally the vital bridge between incredible scientific innovation and the safe, rational use of medicine within our hospitals and clinics. Think about that tension between commerce and clinical science for a second. Without effective marketers, life-saving innovations never reach the patients who desperately need them. Module 1 dives deep into this dynamic, explaining product life cycles, healthcare systems, and how the entire pharmaceutical supply chain comes together to deliver genuine clinical value.
Moving right along to Section 2, Building the Foundation, which covers modules 1 through 4. Here, the program moves past the broad strokes and establishes a rock-solid base of industry and clinical knowledge.
The curriculum evolves systematically to build your expertise step by step. Module 1 grounds you in the basic industry structure and market segmentation, basically helping you understand the playing field. Then Module 2 decodes consumer behavior. It reveals exactly why healthcare providers and patients make the purchasing decisions they do. By Module 3, you are mastering product detailing and the psychology of persuasion, which perfectly sets the stage for Module 4. And Module 4 anchors everything in hardcore pharmacology and therapeutic categories. It's like a perfectly structured ladder, from broad market concepts all the way down to specific, actionable clinical knowledge.
Now, Module 3 introduces a vital concept to make all of this work: scientific communication. We're talking about the effective, persuasive, and evidence-based detailing of pharmaceutical and therapeutic information to healthcare stakeholders. The program spends significant time teaching you how to confidently present clinical data without sounding like a textbook. You aren't just memorizing statistics, you're learning active listening, how to build deep professional rapport, how to tackle really tough physician questions, and how to manage challenging communication scenarios ethically and professionally.
And to truly market a pharmaceutical product, Module 4 teaches a rigorous 4-step approach. First, you must interpret its mechanism of action, the pharmacodynamics. Second, you have to identify contraindications and risks, mastering the absolute essentials of pharmacovigilance. Third, you must differentiate your products therapeutically from your competitors. And fourth, always promote rational medicine use. Listen, when pharmacology isn't translated well to the sales side, patient safety is immediately at risk. By mastering these pharmacological steps, you translate complex therapeutic data directly into safe, evidence-based positioning that doctors and hospitals can completely trust.
Okay, on to Section 3, Mastering the Modern Market, spanning modules 5 to 7. Here is where we tackle the contemporary, high-stakes elements of the job: digital agility, brand strategy, and strict compliance.
The pharmaceutical landscape is evolving at breakneck speed. Consider the massive volume of new drugs hitting the market every single year. Reaching providers requires immense digital agility. Back in the 2010s, it was all about basic websites and email platforms. Fast forward to today, the 2020s, and you have to master social media engagement, professional branding, content marketing, and webinars. But believe it or not, preparing for the 2030s means understanding artificial intelligence, marketing automation, and virtual detailing right now. As a modern marketer, you have to navigate today's digital tools while actively preparing for the data-driven innovations of tomorrow.
But with that massive digital reach comes immense responsibility. Module 6 draws a hard, non-negotiable line between ethical promotional practices and unethical, misleading claims. The stakes here are incredibly high, both financially for the company and, more importantly, physically for the patient. You'll dive into the regulatory frameworks governing medicine advertising, learn how to manage complex conflicts of interest, and navigate real-world ethical dilemmas through practical case studies. In this industry, responsible, transparent communication is literally the only way to build long-term success and trust.
Once you have the ethics locked down, Module 7 pivots to pharmaceutical brand management. This is where you learn to build a true competitive advantage. You'll explore product positioning, deep competitor analysis, and essential customer retention strategies. It even touches on community pharmacy business development and healthcare entrepreneurship. The crucial takeaway here is that you aren't just learning how to sell a single box of pills. You are learning how to build and sustain an entire business model in a fiercely competitive global market.
Finally, Section 4, your professional career payoff, starting with Module 8 and beyond. Let's tie all of this dense educational content directly back to your ultimate goal, tangible career readiness and workplace leadership.
Module 8 shifts the focus from industry knowledge directly to your personal employability. The program doesn't just teach you the science and the marketing and then leave you to figure out the job market alone. It actually equips you with specialized CV development, interview preparation, online networking tactics, and workplace leadership skills. Plus, and this is a really cool feature, you have the exciting option to personalize your journey with 2 to 4 elective modules, meaning you can tailor the final stretch of the program entirely to your unique professional interests.
For those of you actively tracking your continuous education, completing this cohort earns you a massive 24 Continuing Professional Development, or CPD Points. 24. And of course, that comes right alongside a professional certificate from the Aksumia Global Learning Solution, acting as a powerful validation of your expertise to show future employers. So how do you actually get involved? Well, Cohort 2 kicks off on Monday, August 10th at 7 p.m. East Africa time. It's formatted perfectly for busy modern professionals, delivered live online every Monday and Wednesday. And hey, if you have a scheduling conflict and miss a session, no problem at all. You get lifetime access to recorded sessions, presentation slides, and all the comprehensive reference materials you need to stay on track.
Which leaves us with one final provocative question. Will you step up to become an indispensable, ethical leader in the pharmaceutical business environment? The modern healthcare market is waiting for professionals who can bridge the gap between science and sales with absolute integrity and expertise. I challenge you to register via the AGLS portal and empower your future through excellence in learning. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope you take that next big step in your career.